Well, news just coming in. The Jammu and Kashmir Assembly has been adjourned after the Congress MLAs protested and entered the well of the House, raising slogans against the RSS. There you can see it, the situation going quite out of control as far as the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly is concerned. High drama was witnessed. It has, of course, for now been adjourned. This even as the Congress party was raising slogans against the RSS and other right-wing organizations inside the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly. Mir Farid is on the phone line. Farid, take us through what happened inside the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly. We can, of course, see visuals coming in of high drama.
Well, absolutely. As soon as the assembly started at around 10, immediately the MLAs from the Congress as well as the National Conference started protesting. They started raising slogans against the Mufti government. They had banners with them where they had written that, in fact, blamed the government for exploiting the flood victims. Immediately they tried to, in fact, enter the well of the House, and then it was chaos. Now, the marshals did try to push them back, but after seeing a lot of chaos, the speaker intervened and he adjourned the assembly session for 15 minutes. Now, this was expected, although we expected a lot of drama on the beef ban issue, but it seems that the Congress had their own issue in mind and they came in. However, the NC was raising slogans against the government, blaming the government for dividing the people on communal lines. In fact, also alleging that the agenda of this governance is coming directly from Nagpur. So these were the allegations sloganeering that the MLAs were resorting to. Now, right now, the session is adjourned, but it seems that once it restarts, we are going to see more chaotic scenes as there is a joint strategy in place of the Congress and the NC to start protesting against the government on these issues, on the flood victim issue and as well as the beef ban issue.
Right, absolutely. Now, Farid, as far as the beef ban issue is concerned, we've seen the right-wing parties, including the VHP, of course, threatening that there could perhaps be an economic blockade if the Assembly does at least have a discussion on revocation of that ban.
Well, absolutely. A lot of politics are being played on that particular issue. We saw that a lot of build-up to this particular session where at least 5 to 6 bills and resolutions have been submitted to the Speaker by the political parties, be it the National Conference, independent MLAs, as well as CPIM. And to counter that, in fact, those bills are in favor of repealing the beef ban law, that is 298A and B, which, of course, they're demanding that the legislators should immediately discuss those bills and, in fact, pass a law or pass a bill where those laws are repealed. However, we've seen that there is a BJP and basically Jammu-based parties who are opposing it, and in fact BJP has its own resolution. One of its MLAs has brought forward a resolution where they're demanding that whoever really violates the beef ban law should be given the capital punishment. So this is how contrasting and contradicting the bills and the views of these political parties are. So that's why the assembly session was expected to be stormy, and that is what it is happening. Of course, the initial issue was on the rehabilitation of flood victims, but we'll see that the build-up, surely the political parties will slugfest on the beef ban issue, and it remains to be seen how the Speaker really proceeds, whether he'll allow those bills to be tabled on the floor of the House or whether he'll disallow all that.
Right, absolutely. As you're pointing out, Farid, it was expected to be a stormy session. We've seen statements of all kinds come in, from last month about some time before the session was to reconvene. I understand it will reconvene in another 15 minutes. Are you expecting really these disruptions to continue at least for the next few days?
Well, it seems that the political parties, especially the opposition parties, including the Congress and the National Conference, have made up their mind to disrupt the session. Now, they have their issues while the Congress came out with the plight of the rehabilitation or the rehabilitation of the flood victims. The National Conference has its bills on the beef ban issue. So clearly they have made up their mind to corner the government on these two issues. So it seems that they are going to continue the protests, and any normal business happening looks difficult. But now it would be interesting to see how the Speaker really takes up these two bills. And in fact, in some time from now, the session will restart, and then we'll come to know the future strategy of these political parties. But as of now, they have taken the confrontational path. They're trying to corner the government, in fact, disrupting the session, and that's what they did. In fact, the first few minutes as soon as the assembly started this morning in Srinagar.
Right. Farid, thanks very much for bringing us those details.